Hello everybody and welcome back to Rebellious Menstruation. Here's the funny thing. When I did my prep pack and my what I wore this month vlogs, I was attempting to film an entire cycle on these types of microfleece and PUL backed cheap pads sold on places like Amazon, Alibaba, eBay and via certain resellers like Charlie Banana, Little Aussie Monsters, We Greco, Timoy and Boo Boo BB, as well as things like Heartfelt. Well, you know what, you guys get the idea. I've done a whole video on these style of pads about the concerns that have been raised about them, which I will link either on the screen here or at the end or down below. But I have actually noticed, particularly late November and through December 2019, which was last year, that there was a specific company sponsoring cloth pad videos here on YouTube. FYI, not one of the ones that I just mentioned. However, they were all, of course, massively positive reviews. So I kind of thought, let me see. I could be absolutely wrong about these styles of pads, or of course the sponsored videos were not telling the truth. So of course I ordered these 3 sets, all from Amazon, to test them out. However, I did have actually a set back in 2016 when I first started, and I bought one of these types of 6 type packs, and I bought, I think, a packet of 6 liners as well, and I replaced the liners to start with because I obviously used a packet of 30 liners every month, which I used U by Kotex, and obviously that was started to add up over time. So I replaced the liners first and then bought like a set like this to kind of continue on with. But of course I rapidly destashed them to the fact that I hate PUL as a backer. Only 2 sets arrived by the time that my period started on the 28th or 29th of December in 2019. Might have been the 30th, because in the 31st, which was the second day of my period, which was obviously my heavy day, I had to actually soak and wash all my pads. So I wore these ones on the first day, and then I wore these heavy ones on the second day, of which there are 5. As you can see, these are red all the way up to the snaps, and these are PUL to the side. These ones here are not actually sewn all the way through. These just have the sewing on top. However, this one here is actually not sewn all the way to the back, but this whole group are sewn all the way through. The PUL is sewn all the way through to the back, which basically makes the PUL pointless. However, it is not pointless on the overnights or this one. So as if you watched my what I wore this month, you would notice I wore these on the first day of my period, which was the 30th, it must have been. Then I had to wash them on the 31st. I wore these on the 31st, and then I had these in the soap bucket to wash on the 1st. Of course, I will link both the prep pack where I talk about all this stuff and the what I wore this month video at the end of this video. However, I had to soak them and wash them. The second day I had quite a few issues with the pads, and I had so all these issues presented themselves. I had bled through the seams on the first day, which of course is a very good lesson not to ever get pads where the core is stitched through the backer like these ones are, because this alone literally renders the PUL as useless as a waterproof layer, because you've literally punctured it. oh, the irony of doing this. However, on the 31st of December, I realised that I didn't really want to enter the new year with a product that kept me awake and moved around and bled through. I think I had a shower at like 3 o'clock in the morning on the morning of the 31st because I'd woken up with a bleed through one of these, and I was very tired on the 31st. On top of actually having my period and being really, really heavy, and I just wanted to be comfortable because I was grateful that I actually got to have my period over the new year. I was grateful that it was New Year's Eve and my body got to be functioning over the new year, which is, I'm pretty sure I did actually say that at midnight in my vlog. I changed back to my traditional products because I wanted to be comfortable. However, over a month late, look at what arrives. These ones here. As you can see, these ones here, we'll open them up. We'll pull these out. Put the plastic to the side so you guys can continue to hear me. Again, there is a little micro mini wet bag, kind of similar. It's actually the exact same print as this one, so these two are the same print. And then there's this print. To be honest, this print's actually kind of cute. So it came obviously with this one. Everything else has been washed. This mini wet bag, and then these were these white ones. So this is kind of like a microfiber. So these are the ones that are turned up today. These are actually the design. Oh, that's actually quite a pretty design, to be honest. I actually like that pretty well. And as you can see, these ones are not actually stitched to the back. So these ones not only have the coverage at the wings, they're actually covered, I'm not sure if you can see this on the screen, but they're actually covered out to here, which actually would work for somebody like me who bleeds outside quite frequently. This one, I actually do like this design. To be honest, I wish I'd got this one and not this pack here, because I probably would have had a much greater time with using them had I had this set. There is also this set here. Look how cute this mushroom one is. And obviously this one is a panda one. So as you can see, this set here is a much cuter set. I would have been far happier with this set. This one in particular, they obviously have wrap wings as well, which would be very, very useful for me because I tend to bleed all over here, which was part of the problem with me bleeding out of the side with this group here, is because I go all over the side, and of course it's going to come through the stitching. So these styles, although as you can tell, are all pretty similar. So these styles are pretty similar to this style. This actually is all of the colour range options that you will get. Is this red, this grey, and this white. I think there is actually a black one as well. But this is generally how they will appear. And if you're going to get them so that they go to the edge, and get them so that they're not sewn through to the back, because this is what you're really looking for, is you don't want this sewn to the back. This grey microfiber is quite prevalent along with the black. This microfiber that is here. So this is the design that you'll see a lot. You can also get sets that are actually all identical design, including the bag. So how you got this bag, I'll just put this into this here. You can actually get this bag plus all of these 5 pads that match all of this, so it'll all be matching. And that's, really a personal preference. Look, the truth is that these are cheap and they are not as good as wear-made pads. but these are still infinitely better than plastic disposables. However, I do understand that if these are your first experience with cloth pads, these may not present the best of actual cloth pads. This is not the best face of cloth pads. In fact, this is why I actually dislike them. I just kept going because I found Etsy. So especially when I switched back on the 1st of December to using my regular stash, it really highlighted the differences for me. These can be a bit hot and can be a little bit like plastic due to this backer, and they can also be a little bit hot because of that. They can also smell slightly in similar ways to single-use disposable pads, and if you don't change regularly enough, that's what will happen. Of course, changing regularly is always an appropriate thing to do, even if you use single-use plastic disposables. Now, to follow up on the what I wore this month, if you live in New Zealand or Australia and would like these 3 sets of pads, email me in the description box below and you'll get all 3 sets plus the mini wet bags. So you will get this set, and this set, even though this set here is pretty cute, but at the end of the day, I do not need more pads, even if they have this cute. To be honest, it's actually these 2 designs that I definitely would keep. These 2 designs that I would definitely keep. So, but these actually haven't been washed, this whole set, but that's okay. You will get this set of 5 heavies. You will get this so this is that 7, 8, so that's 8 moderates there as well, plus these 2 moderates and 4 liners, plus this 5 set of moderates. You will get these 3 sets of mini wet bags. You will also get this pad wrapper, and you will also get this extra mini wet bag, so that makes 4 mini wet bags for you, plus this, plus 2 medium wet bags in these 2 styles for you. So you'll get a heavy set and these 2 medium wet bags, those 4 micro mini wet bags and the pad wrapper to start off your collection. While these are not perfect and are not the best options for many, it may allow you to start your collection or save enough to grow a WAM collection. At least you won't be purchasing single-use plastic pads and tampons and exposing yourself to how gross they really are. You can do much better for yourself, and these are still far better than contributing to waste. And you can still use these even if you have a heavy cycle. So this is the update on the failed experiment, and I hope to hear from you soon. Thanks for watching. Do your research. Do your research. Up on the screen will be the links to the prep pack and what I wore this month videos, as well as my subscribe button. So if you want to watch them or subscribe, please go ahead. I post Mondays and Thursdays. If you have any queries or suggestions, my socials are down below, or you can just comment as well. Enjoy your morning, afternoon or evening, depending of course where you are in the day, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye everyone.